Talking about podcasting, actually, this is some big news. It says Amazon breaks up Wondery podcast studio CEO Jen Sargent departs. When a CEO has to leave, that's when you know it's real. I read somewhere, yeah, like over 100 staff were obviously fired, which I think kind of lessens the blow. Having been a part of like mass firings and shit, it does lessen the blow when some of the senior people get let go as well, because it makes you feel like, okay, cool, it wasn't personal. But when it is just like, the regular employees, even if it is 100 of you, you're going to feel like it's very personal against you. Even though there's like sweeping changes, whole departments are fucking being eradicated. When it's not someone in management, you're still going to think it's really, really personal to you. But in this case, I'm just assuming the whole division was floundering and you need to cut back on costs. And if a CEO departs, then you can't really have any complaints. But it does kind of speak about, the broader conversation going on with podcasting and, the bubble bursting and all that malarkey. Courtesy of Rolling Stone. Let's read some of this blurb. It says Wondery CEO Jen Sargent is departing the company as it undergoes a broader reconstructing and a push toward video. The podcasting company, which was acquired by Amazon in 2021, will move its narrative podcast studio, which includes Dr. Death, American Scandal, Business Wars, which I listened to, which was really good to be honest, to Audible, and will also see Wondery's chief content officer, Marshall Louis, joining Audible's content team. Damn, so some people kept their jobs, some people didn't. The team responsible for Wondery's creator-led, video-focused podcast shows, such as New Heights and Armchair Expert, will join Amazon's talent services, forming a new organization called Creative Services. By the way, if I was those people, having been involved in reshuffles in companies, I would still be looking for another job. If I was those people who've been moved to other organizations under new banners and shit, I would still look for another job, because your time is going to come soon. Don't be confused and don't think that you're going to last forever. If they've already made those first changes, your time is coming soon. They probably just haven't gotten around to it just yet. Make adjustments now. About 110 people were laid off as part of the organization, according to a person familiar with the matter. Podcasts under the Creator Services team will continue to operate at the studio under the Wondery brand, and will be working with a select number of top creators to drive listenership and unlock broader, long-lasting relationships across Amazon. According to an internal memo from Steve Boone, Vice President of Audio, Twitch, and Games, Matt Sandler will lead that team. LeBron James and his podcast, The Mind Game, which launched in April, are seen as a blueprint for this type of effort. Oh, I bet they are. I bet LeBron's shows are seen as a blueprint. SMH, mate. As the audio and video episodes of the podcast were distributed across, including Prime Video, Amazon Music, and Fire TV channels, the Echo devices and James also act as a spokesperson for Prime Day. The quote: the podcast landscape has evolved and shifted significantly over the past few years. As video podcasting has grown in popularity, we've learned that the creator-led video integrated shows have different audiences and needs and require distinctive discovery, growth, and monetization strategies compared to the audio-first narrative series. The rise of video has also blurred the lines of what it means a podcast creator. But yo, like, them just figuring this out now is frightening, isn't it? Companies like Wondery and Amazon only figuring out now how important it is to have video component to some of your shows, and maybe steering against the, super high value, high production quality fucking audio narrative fucking pods. It's pretty insane, man. Just realizing it now in 2025. Sargent leaves the company 7 years at Wondery, with the last 4 under Amazon. As a result of all these changes, Jen Sargent will be moving on to pursue new opportunities and will be helping us through the transition, and Memo states. Yeah, I'm sure she will. Additionally, the company is creating a new team responsible for sponsorship advertising across Wondery and Amazon Music, led by Angie Moore. Amy Grabich, and her team, who work on monetizing Amazon Music's live programming, will also move to this team. The podcast landscape has evolved significantly in the past few years, particularly with the rise of video-forward creator-led content. These changes reflect the evolution of streamlining how Wondery integrates further with Amazon. By making these changes, we can better support creators' monetization with their content across multiple channels, help them expand their brand IP, blah, 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 blah. The bubble has well and truly burst, people. The bubble has well and truly burst. Everyone is paying the price. Big cushy jobs that people had are now being essentially blown up into different bits and pieces, and the end is nigh. The end is nice. And mostly to do with shows that were terrible, so not that bothered with me in that respect. But it is interesting to observe from afar. It is interesting to observe from afar.